Hi, this is James from Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today we're going to take a look at Reinforcements, published by Peasant Mobs Game. This is going to be a 2 to 4 player game that takes roughly 30 minutes plus to play. So let's go ahead down to the table here. I'll give you a general overview of how the game plays, and then we'll come back and I'll give you my final thoughts. Okay, so today we're going to look at the Reinforcement game, and I'm going to give you just a general quick overview of how to play the game. To start the game, you're going to shuffle up your main deck here, and you're going to put out your 4 cards here that can be won. Now, if you create any 2 stacks of the same color, you'll actually gain these cards, and when you use them, they go back to the stack, but they all have a unique ability, like here, eliminate any 3 cards currently played on any field. So these give you cool abilities. To start the game, you're going to go ahead and draw 5 cards. And of those 5 cards, you're going to pick 3 of them to put down. Ooh, I got a good hand. So I'm going to go ahead and pick down this one, this one. I'm going to start a new stack with another blue. Now, your stack should all be the same color. And to start, they're all face down. So my opponent would have 5 cards, but we're just going to put 3 out just to show you some stuff. And they might not be the right color, but who cares? So at the beginning of your turn, the first thing you're going to do is, I have 2 cards, you're going to draw up to 5. So I'm going to draw up to 5 cards. Whoops, and I can pick 3 different actions. It's going to be attack, defend, or discard. Discard is going to be the easiest action. I can just discard however many I want, and then the next turn, not that turn, I draw back up to 5. If I do defend, I just simply pick a card in my hand, and I place it down. If I have 3 in a row, I get to flip the stack. You can only have up to 5 rows of cards, and they can only ever be 3 high. So you have to be careful of how you set things up. And again, if I get 2 stacks of blue, I'll get this Guardian Elk to use. So that's also a thing to keep in mind, and the reason why you're flipping them over. If you ever lose all of your face down cards, which is another thing you have to be very careful of, you won't be able to place any more face down cards, so you won't be able to build more stacks. So you'll only be limited to what you have face up. So you have to be wary of that. Now, the other option is attack. I could take a card out of my hand and I could attack the other player. Now, there's a couple special action cards, and here's one of them. Assassin. Assassin, if I do it, just wins. So we'll flip cards, and it'll die, and it'll be great. The other one is a Peasant. If you discard a Peasant, then you can destroy all the cards in one row. If you use a Mage, which, let's see if I can find a Mage. There's not a whole lot of mages in this deck. Well, there's one right there. If you use a Mage, you just automatically upside down. You automatically destroy the top 2 cards of that row. When you're doing combat, other than these special cards, you're going to take a look at the numbers. The one with a higher number wins, and since there's 4 different, we can do bleed, I would also destroy this one, which should be blue. So that's how that works. Now if we tie, we'd have to yell reinforcements, and then we'd flip cards over each player on this deck, and then we would resolve it that way. If there's another tie, you yell reinforcements again, and you keep flipping until you determine who won that combat. Now, a couple other things that are interesting in this game is each of the colors have abilities once you flip them over too. So it's another reason why you want to build stacks of 3. All right, so you have those abilities. You have red has Barrage, blue has Fortify, and green has Add Up. For Barrage, when you reveal your hand, which is the red cards, going to be, these red cards. Once I have 3 of them and I reveal it, so when it's active, attack with a red card from your hand or with a red card from the revealed red stack. So I could take a red card from my hand or the revealed red stack and just attack with it automatically. The blue one is going to be the Fortify ability. You could defend when you reveal the blue stack, you can place another blue card from your hand down. Passive ability, they both have passive abilities. I forgot the red one has a passive ability. When using a red card to attack, your red cards win all ties. The passive ability of blue is blue stacks may now have up to 4 cards in their stack. So when I get that ability and it's revealed, I can place my 4th card in front of it. So it's a larger stack, breaking the normal rules. Green, when it's activated, when you reveal the 3 cards, you can take a green card from your hand or swap positions of 2 cards of a real green stack. So you can actually swap those cards out, which is really nice. Their passive ability is your maximum hand size is increased by 1 for every revealed stack. So if I have 1 stack of green, my hand size is now 6, so I'll drop to 6 every turn. If I have 2, you'll get 7. And again, if you ever have 2 stacks of anything and these are available, you'll gain 1 of those guys until you use it. So that is going to be the gist of how you're going to take your turn. Now, what you're doing is you're trying to eliminate all of your other opponent's cards. And when you do, you win the game. Now, if you destroy all the opponent's face down cards, they won't be able to place any more face down cards. So they won't be able to make new stacks. And at that point, the player has to be very cunning on what they do during their turn for the remaining stacks that they have. The player who eliminates all the stacks again of the other player wins the game. And that's the general idea how to play the game. Let's go ahead back up to the table here and I'll give you my final thoughts on reinforcements. Okay, so reinforcements, to be honest, isn't a really game for me, but that doesn't mean it is not for you. I don't like war style games. Now, I will say that this is much better than war, and there's much more strategy than war. War, the one I'm talking about is where you're just going to flip over cards basically from your deck, and the player with the highest card captures them, and then you just keep going until someone runs out of a deck. This game here, you have a lot more strategy to it. You have your 5 different rows that you can set up. You have the strategy on the colors you place, where they're placed in the line, whether you're going to put the high card on the top or not, or what not. You have special abilities in here, and you can grab those special cards there if you get 2 rows of the same color. Each color has their own ability when you flip them. So there's a lot more to this game. There's a lot more strategy in everything that you do. So if you like the idea of war, but you would like to have a lot more strategy added to it, a lot more thought needed to be taken into account, this is probably going to be the game for you. It's also super easy to teach. It's a very light game, so you can go to play with non-gamers, explain it in a couple minutes, and be off and have a lot of fun. So I do recommend it for that. If that's what you're looking for, definitely check this game out. That's my thoughts on reinforcements.